attack. So is this what Coach Thibodeau is being caught up in? The reason I say that is this. I can get into some social political stuff, or if you allow me to get into social political thing for a second. The young lady who got beat up by she beat up the dude at McDonald's, beat the hell out of him for that matter. And everybody criticized the young man who stood there and watched, and then they attempted to break it up. I'm not defending no action. What I am attacking is this. You cannot raise these young men to be passive and then ask them to jump into action when it's time to be aggressive. How does that tie into Tom Thibodeau's situation? We are raised a nation of young men to not, to shun away from people getting in their face. And Coach Thibodeau is the type of coach that will get in your face and let you know what time it is and get your act together. He's an aggressive guy. I don't know anybody who will ever, I haven't heard anybody ever say he was disrespectful or anything of that nature. The guys tend to like him, but maybe these young dudes who've been raised in this soft-ass world just can't deal with them. Because, see, we've gotten so deep into this mirage called analytics that we don't know how to read people anymore. Look, if you're not responding to aggressive behavior and other people have responded in the past, maybe it's you, man. If every room you walk into, you smell something, you might be stinking. It might be your ass stinking. And what I mean by that is, Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins, I'm not going to knock this AAU thing like everybody else does, but the AAU program does not teach you the quality or the lessons that a loss would. Losing teaches you way more than winning, as Coach Nick Saban said last night. But if you losing 4 or 5 times in a day or 3 or 4 times in a weekend, losing don't mean anything. So you're desensitized to what losing should mean to you. Losing should burn. It should motivate you. It should push you forward. But when you got guys like Wiggins, and Karl Anthony Towns that came up in this AAU system and they playing 5, 6, 7 games a day, 3 times in a weekend, and they lost, let's say they play 18 games in a weekend, and they lost 7 of them, you don't really get why you lost, or you don't really get the true venom of a loss. And I know they're not running drills, they're not running plays and things like that, so you don't understand the pick and pop situation. And the reason I can speak to this so confidently is this. Sam Mitchell used to be the coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I personally heard Sam Mitchell say, these guys don't know how to play basketball. I am teaching them from the ground up. Then they got rid of Sam Mitchell and brought in Coach Thibodeau. Actually, they brought in the guy who, rest in peace, can't think of his name, I got his face in my head, Flip Saunders. And then after Flip, they brought in Thibodeau. If you don't know how to play basketball and your stature and athleticism has gotten you into the league, you're not gonna start winning in the NBA. And then they do a whole lot of, everybody's they too friendly with each other. I don't have a problem with them being friendly with each other. What I do have a problem with is smiling after a loss. And I was a poor loser. I mean, I don't think it's no other way to be but a poor loser. If you're a good loser, you're a loser in my book. But everybody don't see it that way, and I get it. The H-Ride way ain't the way to go. But as I look at this, I'm starting to question: is this, the whole Mark Jackson can't get a job, Coach Thibodeau getting fired, and any coach that's alpha male, they don't want in this league. And what's really going on? I don't get it, because you must be pushed to the mental limit and your physical limit to get the best out of you. I'm not talking about that Bobby Knight ignorant ass behavior, putting your hands on those kids, but you need to be able to push certain buttons. Obviously, he's pushing the right buttons, and he got my main man D Rose in shape. And Jimmy Butler hated him initially, but then realized his way was the way. So, I'm just starting to wonder, are y'all just trying to make these dudes, y'all trying to de-arm these dudes mentally and basically taking the ability of fight or flight away from them, and then they just stand still. And when you stand still in a man's world, no disrespect to the ladies who listen, but when you stand still and you're a man, you might die. You know, and I'm not trying to be over the top. I'm just saying, you know, you could, you know, where I come from, you could physically die, and in the traditional world, you could mentally die. It's just a sad situation. I watch these young men. They don't have fight in them. They are not upset at losing. They are not trying to improve on a daily basis. And could this be by design? I don't know. But it's just weird to see people not compete. The worst thing in the world, even when we used to play outside on the courts, the worst thing in the world was to be playing up to 16, get put off the court, and have to wait 20 minutes because you 2 or 3 necks is down. You know, so I don't think these young men understand that. And I think the league is going to continue to struggle. And more than that, the community will continue to struggle because you don't have fight in young people. With that being said, Michael Carter Williams was traded from the Houston Rockets to the Chicago Bulls. It looks as if they're going to get rid of him again and again. I'm wondering, why can't this dude stick? This dude was Rookie of the Year about 6 years ago. Why can't he stick with somebody? I mean, everybody want to talk about, well, he don't have a jump shot. There's a bunch of dudes I've seen in the NBA last a very long time without a jump shot, but somehow he keeps getting in the league and y'all don't want him on the team. Maybe it's the coach. Find a team that this young man can play for. He's 6'6", 6'7". He's between 6'5" and 6'7". He can handle the ball. He can facilitate. He comes from Syracuse. I watched him. I'm a Syracuse Orange basketball fan, so I can attest to his ability to play, but he just don't seem to be able to stick with a team. Speaking of sticking with a team, Jimmy Butler is at it again. At this point, you are forced to ask the question, is it Jimmy Butler or is it somebody else? Now, it's easy to just point the finger at Jimmy Butler. And then I will be talking out both sides of my mouth. Jimmy Butler has a high basketball IQ, and when you have a high basketball IQ, you are going to challenge some things. So when you challenge these things, you are left looking like the bad guy. That's one train of thought. But at some point, Mr. Butler, aren't you going to have to be able to communicate with people? See, it's one way you basically, Jimmy Butler will be walking in the room, it seems to me, from the outside looking in, he's walking in the room like he got the Dwayne Wade passport or something, or he got the Kawhi Leonard passport, or one of these dudes who's led a team to a championship. Jimmy Butler, you got 2 series wins under your belt. 2. Not 3, not 1, but 2. You have 0 rings. So if you're going to walk into the office like I'm Jimmy Butler, at least have some cachet, bro. Look, I understand that you are a big-time, well-rounded basketball player, but let's not be fooled, bro. You're not a Trail Sprewell. You out of Houston. You Stackhouse. You a good ball player, but ain't nobody building no team around you. So I'm gonna need you to relax, man. I'm gonna need you to relax, Jimmy Butler, because at the end of the day, bro, you ain't that good. You know, you ain't that good. I mean, there's no other way to put this. Jimmy Butler, I'm gonna need you to relax, man, because if you have an issue, you're gonna cost yourself millions upon millions of dollars, because these people are slowly waiting on your abilities to erode, and then they're gonna TO your ass. I'm not saying, Jimmy, don't speak your mind when you think something is wrong. I'm not saying don't represent yourself to the best of your ability, but you gonna have to get some communication skills, bro, because it ain't everybody else. If it's everybody else, then why ain't everybody in the league having these same issues, bro? So, with that being said, that's another thing. Stay in your lane, Jimmy. If you had issues in Chicago, and then they push you out, you was trying to get Hoiberg fired in the whole routine, and then Goff Foreman and Pax was stabbing you in the back, so they got rid of you and Thibodeau. And then you went up to Minnesota with Thibodeau, because initially they should get rid of Thibodeau. Then you realize your bread was buttered on his side. You, oh man, we wish we would have got rid of Thibodeau. Now you in Minnesota, you can't get along with those young punks. Now, I get it, man. Like I just said previously, they are not basketball ready. But from what I understand, Rajon Rondo is an extremely difficult person to get along with. And when a difficult person calls you out, you need to check yourself. Me, I at one point in my life, I was a difficult person to get along with. I'm a very opinionated person, as you people well know, and sometimes that rub people the wrong way. So in life, I've had to learn to curve my opinion, or allow things to work out, and then have someone ask you for your opinion. So, maybe Jimmy Butler needs to take a step in the direction of maturity, and then move forward and, do your thing, Jimmy. Good luck with you, bro, but I'm going to need you to relax. With that being said, let's talk about this national championship game last night. Again, going to the title of the show, Stay in Your Lane. I'm going to repeat that. Stay in your lane. Last night, as I stated at the top of the show, there's a philosophy in regards to football that I was taught. You run to win, you throw to score. And I understand the propaganda out there is football is turned into a passing game. Well, that's not necessarily true. Football since the 50s has been a passing game. You got people like Roman Gabriel and Johnny Unitas and all those dudes. They were throwing the ball all over the yard too. The difference is the dominant culture was the people catching the ball, and they were part of the situation. What you've done is limited the ability for the tailback to dominate, which at the end of the day, you cannot win without a solid tailback. And last night, Nick Saban didn't stay in his lane. See, I have a secondary philosophy, and the original run to win, throw to score philosophy is not mine. It's my coach's, Jimmy Fields, and he probably learned from one of his coaches. You run to win, you throw to score. Now, what happens is we get caught up in David Tua being an outstanding ball player. You get caught up in Lawrence being an outstanding ball player, and Nick Saban, in my opinion, forgot that he had two 1,000-yard running backs on the field. He went down. At one point, he was down 21 points. Going into the half, he was down, I think, 14 points or whatever. 40. It might have been 21 points going into the half. And when you hit down 21 points, the numbers in your head go, damn, 21 points, they getting murdered. But let's look at the reality of the situation. 21 points in football is 3 scores. If you're down 21 points going into halftime and you get the ball after the half, if you focus and drive the ball down the field like you traditionally do, running, mixing run and pass, you're down 2 scores. So you're 2 scores and 1 score and a stop away from making it a real football game again. And you can do that. Let's just say the average drive takes about 5-6 minutes. So you got 10 minutes to stop them and move forward. And what Nick did was say, hey, I got Tua. He stepped out of his own lane and stepped into the passing lane that he's not comfortable in. And if you look throughout the NFL, you'll see the exact same thing. And that's why I was like, these dudes out here, both NFL and NCAA, they're outsmarting themselves. Look, it's 11 people on the other side of the ball. If you got David Tua, whatever his name is, I can't remember his last name. I need really to get better at that too. If you got Tua who run up to the Heisman Trophy, he can sling the ball over the field. You outsmarted yourself, Coach Saban, by saying he's going to win the game for us. But no quarterback truly wins the game. Well, you know what? Correction. Very few quarterbacks just win the game for their team. It's 11 other guys out there doing their job. What's good, Sid Jackson in the building? It's 11 other guys out there doing their jobs. So why Tua looks so dominant this year is because teams walked into the stadium and said, we got to stop Tua. And then Nick ran the ball down their throat. Then when they realized, oh, damn, they got running backs. And then Tua was able to dominate through the air because you got 5 guys against 4 guys on the offensive line. Yeah, 6 other guys. The quarterback, the running back, and the people to catch.